This video will demonstrate basic operation of the DMS setup and control software. The first step is to establish a connection with the sensor. This is done by selecting the Comport that the sensor is located at, the serial speed, the default is 19.2 kilobits per second, the number of channels the sensor has, and whether you have a single serial number sensor or a 10 DMS rack. At this point we can go ahead and open the Comport. It'll take several seconds for the initialization data to be sent to the PC. Once it's done, the COM status goes green and the other tabs are enabled. Now most of the data that you want to look at is in the configuration tab. Now again, we can go ahead and select what channel we want to look at. Again, this is a single channel sensor. What calibration we want to use. Now currently I'm using a mirror, so we're going to go ahead and stay with that. And also what averaging rate you want to look at. Again, higher averaging rates will increase your resolution but decrease your response time. Now also you can select the optical power that you want to use with the target. Again, we're using a mirror, so it's very reflective. Most targets work best at 100% transmit power. Now if it goes too high, on a mirror we hit 100%, and we want the receive power to be between about 5% and 90%. So I'm going to back off on the transmit power, and again 60% is good for this demonstration. The next step, if we had a D model, we would want to set the optical peak. Now this is done by moving the D model tip until the reflect value is at a maximum. At that point we would hit the set new peak value, and the D model would then know the reflectivity of its target. Again, we're using an RC model, reflectance compensated, so this area is grayed out and we really don't need to worry about it. Also, the DMS sensors have a temperature stabilization unit. And again, they can raise the temperature of the optics a few degrees Celsius from ambient. And then, again, in this case, you want to make sure that the temperature is stable. In this case, the current optical temperature is 33 degrees Celsius, which is the same as our set point. So again, the sensor is totally stable at this point. Now down at the bottom we have the distance and chart data graph. Again, we can select what units of measure we want to view. Again, I go ahead and select millimeters. The graph is updated immediately, and it always rescales to capture the maximum and minimum values that is currently being displayed. Again, we can clear the chart so the rescaling starts over again. Again, we're really focused in very closely to the data. Now by default it displays distance, but you can also display the raw sensor curve, the receive power, the current optics temperature, and of course distance and reflection percentage. And again, you can clear the chart at any time to restart the drawing. And again, we're going to go ahead and move the target a little bit, kind of do some small sine waves, and you can see that the graph is constantly being rescaled to capture the full range.